I'm going to select 3 winners for those who retweet, specifically retweet this video from my Twitter post on this video. And I will announce what those 3 different prices are for 3 among however many people retweet this. I will announce what those prices are going to be shortly on my Twitter, just before posting this video to Twitter. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show everybody without my headphones on what the Discord community is all about, and then very briefly go over the differences in the tiers. And I'm only going to briefly cover that because I'm leaving descriptions of the tiers so you can see for yourself what the differences are in the description section below, with a link to the Patreon and Discord Patreon community, which links you then to Discord. I will leave a description of that, or a link to that, in the description section as well. So look over here on the left hand side of the screen where I am scrolling up and down where my mouse is. So at the very top here, these channels are the content that I provide to the community, and I split them into different tiers. For example, announcements, daily updates, dictionary and library, and YouTube videos. So these top 5 here are available to Cryptilians and all tiers. Down here, these crackhead channels, only VIPs and crackheads can access. Cryptilians cannot access this information. So I give more detailed information, for example, on specific trades that I've done, and I analyze what I did right, what I did wrong, this and that. And the Cryptilians do not get that within their tier. And in the VIP side of things, I will oftentimes, for some of the content, go above and beyond that with a video explanation, showing you, perhaps even explaining my emotions at the time I did it, you know, what I would have done differently, but through video form, as opposed to something more visual like, I'll just show you here. Just a visual, something like this. So I showed all my buybacks, all this kind of stuff. So I show exactly what I'm doing and my current openings, my current areas that I'm trying to buy things back, and how I do it specifically. So for example, instead of trying to buy Polk, what was that, Bepro or Polk back at a very specific level, I put it at about 100 different limit buy orders. Not that I would suggest everybody do that many, but I show you exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And the Cryptilian tier doesn't get that. And then in the VIP side, in the trading journal, I would provide a video on top of that JPEG link that was provided to the crackheads. So that's how the community on Discord looks for specifically the content that I provide, but there's a heck of a lot more. And honestly, maybe more than half the value is in the rest of what I'm about ready to say here. So what you're seeing me scroll past here on the very left-hand side are different channels, specific channels that people can go to hang out because they are a fan of Bepro, a fan of Omi, a fan of MTV, whatever. And what they do within there, I guess I won't click on it because some of the content within there is maybe not kid friendly, but just because sometimes on Friday nights people might be drinking, they say some silly stuff at times. However, what they're mostly doing within those communities is, or within those channels, is they like that coin, they want more of it, therefore they're going to trade, let's say 20% of it, but let 80% ride. And within there, they let people know, hey, what do you think about sell points? Does it look like it's getting ready to take off now? Things to that effect. And the reason why that's so powerful is this: when you try to get a content creator, a crypto content creator, to cover your coin, hey, could you please cover this? You know, like sending live chats, spending $5 to get the attention of somebody. Instead of doing that, you all can be within a community of fans of that coin who also are crypto geeks, who know a lot of my buy and trade strategies, or just general EMA tricks, whatever the case. And you can have 20 different people talking about the same idea with very similar backgrounds on strategies. So that actually could come up with much superior TA, having 20 different brains on something, as opposed to me as a content creator covering something, looking at it for 5 minutes and trying to give a good guess, or within 90 seconds, or however long content creators are covering those sorts of things. It's typically not very in-depth. And that is the main, in my opinion, I think that should be one of the most profitable things within here. And that's available to Cryptilians and everybody. That could be up to 30 to 40% of the value of this if you were to use it correctly, but a lot of people don't. I want to be very frank with that. Now, the there are other groups split up here, scouting. So a lot of folks who might hang out in scouting, they don't care about the coin. They don't care what it is. They just care about the setup. They want to know, hey, when should I start buying it? And when should I start selling it? Doesn't matter what coin. It's an EMA setup or a candlestick setup or whatever. And a lot of people hang out there because they want to be trading without leverage. And a lot of times altcoins are essentially like trading with leverage without liquidations and all that kind of stuff. So down here at the very bottom is our voice chat. It's essentially like a Zoom room. So we can have up to 100 people at a time who can come in, and if they want to chat with me, they don't have to type. You could even turn on your camera and talk to me face to face, say hi, and you can share your screen. A lot of the folks, especially in the VIPs, it's a pretty tight group where, you know, roughly the same 20-ish people get on throughout the week. And so we turn this into a class. It's not even a live show at this point. And so sometimes for Cryptilian and crypto crackheads, there are larger groups of more people in and out. And sometimes it turns into a little bit of a live show, but a lot of times it can just turn into a Bepro discussion if something big about the Bepro, Moonbeam, you know, and Polk are coming out. Well, sometimes we won't do much TA, especially if Bitcoin's boring. So, and again, that's like a Zoom room. You can turn on your camera and talk to me face to face, ask questions you've been wanting me to ask, because I don't check the direct messages very much. So that is the community's way to get a hold of me and ask me direct questions. So that is the Discord community in a nutshell. Let me give you an example of the things offered in the Cryptilian tier. So here in the announcements back in June before a relief rally happened, you can read this for yourself. I'm not going to read it to you, but you can see when I posted it back in June, I said if BTC gets past 50K, I'm selling all the rest of my alts. And as BTC gets higher and higher, how I will layer in those sells, essentially dollar cost selling, like reverse dollar cost averaging on selling. So I'll sell slowly on the way up, but if Bitcoin hits 50, I'm selling everything, which I have. And within the announcements, I also have portfolio updates like this. After I sold everything, I said, hey, this is what I'm holding. And so that is the announcement section, and the my calendar for the live chat schedule is provided weekly or bi-weekly if I put 2 weeks on at a time like I did here, so people know when the live shows happen. Other things and announcements are, you know, it could be something small but important to a select few people. For example, here where my mouse is right now, the KuCoin's future exchanges changed the market buy and market sell button to like a lightning bolt, and it was confusing to me. So I released, hey guys, it just changed. It wasn't like that yesterday. It's like that now. So people, just general, things like that that might have to do with an exchange. Another one here, KuCoin, they started offering, and so I released this to my community, and you're watching this video. If you're not part of my community, well, this is good free information for you. You can stake a stable coin on KuCoin. Pretty darn convenient, because KuCoin staking is pretty awesome. So that's what goes into my announcements. And again, these top 5 channels are available to all members of the community. Daily updates come in 2 forms. It will either be a video or a JPEG with very logical step-by-step what I'm thinking, whether it's a mid targets for the overall market, looking at Bitcoin and Cardano and Ethereum, which is usually what these consist of. Yeah, so Cardano, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, trying to make sense of what they're doing together, how the market's going to move. Sometimes it's very specific to Bitcoin. I'll show people, hey, look, like this has 4 strikes of bearish divergence on the 12-hour chart, and things to that effect. So, and a lot of times it's actually easier for me to make a video, so I'll make a quick 3 to 8 minute video for my community every day before noon, every weekday before noon. The YouTube videos, I just have links to what I've been doing here. Dictionary is simply quick definitions via video, what RSI, what EMA, all that kind of stuff is free to everybody here, or not free to everybody. You're paying to be in the community, but it's available to everybody here. And the library is very similar to what my library section is out on YouTube. And if you are not a part of the community and you don't plan to be, but you're still this far in the video, that's fine. You should go watch the free content. However, within the Discord community, I've taken similar content to that, added onto it, but I've condensed it without the real-time technical analysis of multiple coins with library type content fit in there for an hour video. I condense it, and it's only about one topic, so it's convenient to everybody. These are not courses. You have access to these as long as you are a paying member of the community. And so Let me show you one more thing here. So VIP live streams, I will probably link one down so you can see. So this might have been one where we were just talking about Bepro almost the whole time. That might be the one I link, but in the description section, I will link one so you can see, you know, if you were to pay $100 a month, like, okay, what actually do these dorks talk about, right? You're going to be able to see it. And so that will be in the description section below as well. And the post archive are convenient to the end users because if somebody just knows, okay, what's everything Tim's posted, I don't care if it's a trading journal, this or that, I post everything into the post archive. So if people's brains work that way, kind of like maybe mine, you can just scroll down and see everything I posted for that tier. And again, Cryptilians do not have access to anything that says Crackhead, and Crackheads don't have access to anything that says VIP. And neither do Cryptilians, but VIPs do have access to all the different information within the community for the lower tiers. And that's what we got. So again, retweet this video. I'm going to be selecting 3 winners. I will have 3 different prizes. I will announce what those are before I tweet this video out. So you hopefully will have already seen it. If you haven't, you can go look at my Twitter, see what the prizes are, see if this is worth your time. And it, you know, heck, you can retweet this even if you don't plan on being part of the community, whatever, you just want a prize, that is fine as well. I'm essentially paying for you to help me advertise in a time of crypto lull. And so my overall goal here is that I really do believe that when Bitcoin's going to form a higher low, that I want to pay for people to advertise, because a lot of people out on Twitter, you know, who had been in crypto, they're not in it anymore. And they're going to miss out on a huge opportunity because they're probably all people who wrote stuff down. So right now is the time to get people back into crypto. Hopefully they're not buying Bitcoin around 50K. Hopefully they wait for a higher low. But as we form a higher low, assumingly, that is going to be the absolutely most perfect time to get back in crypto. Hey, and let's say a lower low is made. Even better. That's the glory hole situation. And so if I can get more people back into crypto within one of those 2 scenarios, which will probably end up playing out rather shortly here, being close to September 1st, it's late August 2021 right now, that is my major intent here. So even if you don't plan on joining the community and you retweet this, I mean, this could really help some people out get back into crypto who got out of it, probably watched all their assets drop, they didn't sell anything, and they probably don't want back in. So that's what we got for you, and thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the community sooner than later.